The acting Prime Minister arrived at the Oistins Bay Garden just after 11 this morning to speak with all parties involved and the media.
Spoken with all of the parties. I've heard from NCC. I've spoken to the individual who would have been awarded the contract for the shop here in Oistins. I've spoken with Monique and her legal representative, Mr. Thorne, and we have come to an agreement whereby we will regularize the tenancy for Miss Monique Bess, allowing her to return to the premises. She will obviously have to now go in and fill out the paperwork and make sure that everything is in place. I don't think there are any arrears that are owed at this point, but it is really to regularize it. And let me just say that the intention of these types of projects, when these started, was to empower ordinary Barbadians. Let's not forget that. It was not to simply operate as though we are running a commercial enterprise alone.
Ms. Bradshaw also commented on the actions of the National Conservation Commission that has oversight for the facility.
I know that the NCC took action based on the fact that obviously she was not a lawful tenant and legally they were within their rights to do so. But I do believe that at the cornerstone of all of this is how we treat to people in situations like this. Monique would have lost her mum in June. And I feel very strongly that both the Rangers but also the NCC staff could have taken the opportunity to have a conversation with her. I think they would have noticed and alerted the minister that somebody was on the premises, that obviously the person had been deceased, but therefore somebody was operating. With that, I think that there could have been an attempt to reach out to the family to indicate that there is a process for applying if there is an interest in taking up the tenancy of the property.
Ms. Bess and her lawyer, Senior Counsel Ralph Thorne, welcomed the outcome.
Since we've arrived at settlement, this is not an occasion for me to express any opinions as to legality. I know what the legal rights are. I would just pause and say that Ms. Bess is fully paid up, and I want that made absolutely clear that there are no arrears owed in relation to these premises. But we're not here to discuss issues of legality. I want to thank the acting Prime Minister for the intervention in defense of the issue of social justice.
I delighted right now, and I am willing to continue it and be a good person and just to continue, and I will take on my mother's legacy until I can't anymore, but I will continue it.
And the other party at the center of the issue had this to say.
I will tell Monique publicly that I humbly apologize to whatever this may have caused you, your family, but likewise, equally, I believe the same hurt that you have, I actually hurt the same way because of the circumstances. And you are still, regardless, an active member of this association. And we stand by that. I think that this can bring a better unity among us as a people. Tongue and teeth will have words, and I'm glad that all parties have reached an amicable decision. Might come closer to me and let everybody see that we good, right?
Shirley's Food Hut has been an iconic business in Oistins, having been in operation for close to 30 years. Reanne Phillips, CBC News.